Alright, today is the day we polish this turd. Yes. We are going to try to go learn some detailing tips and tricks from a fellow YouTuber. But hey, if this is your first time meeting me, this is Straight Six Fan. I'm Grant Tommy, your home for offbeat hot rodding. I guess I said that backwards. I'm Grant Tommy, this is Straight Six Fan, your home. Anyway, you get it. Hey. Well, anyway, as I mentioned, we are heading to fellow YouTuber here in the Kansas City metro area, Will's Wheels. We're going to go check him out. He's part of a Facebook group I started for YouTubers in our region, Central States Automotive YouTubers. So if you're within a 6-hour drive from Kansas City, Kansas, look us up on Facebook, come join us. But the whole purpose of that group was so we could have collaborations just like this. So Will's Wheels, so his channel is primarily about, he's kind of one of those guys that goes to car shows and just shows you what he sees at car shows. But kind of the reasoning behind that was he used to be big into the car show scene himself. He had, I think it was a Mustang Cobra he would take. And what's the origin of your channel?
Well, it started out exactly like Grant said. I started off with a 2007 Shelby GT, which was a very rare car to start with, and then we took it to Dallas, had a supercharger upgrade done on it, turned it into a Shelby GT/SC. It was one of less than 200 cars. And then we did the car show thing in Grand Forks, North Dakota. They actually made me be president of the car club up there for whatever reason, but we had a lot of fun going around to a ton of different car shows. The car won a lot of awards, and of course it was black. And like I say with anything, the color black on a car, it's not a color, it's a part-time job. So to try to keep the scratches and swirls out of it, you definitely have to learn proper washing techniques in order to do that. And then boss called me up one day, says, how'd you like to move to Kansas City, open up an office? I said, how fast can you get me out of the cold? So I had to sell that to get the equity out of the car to make the move to Kansas City. And then we got here and I wound up buying a 2012 Laguna Seca Boss 302. And we did the car show thing with that for a little while, but I just didn't have the horsepower that Shelby had. So my dumb butt took it up to Carl Performance in Des Moines, Iowa, and put twin turbos on it. The worst thing I've ever done to a car. 720 horsepower, 600 at the rear wheel, R, till you stomp on the gas and roast the tires going everywhere. So finally decided to sell that car and started watching YouTube videos. And I thought, well, you know what? I wonder if I could do that. If not for YouTube, I'd be detailing each one of my cars each weekend. One on Saturday, one on Sunday.
So one other scare I had this weekend was yesterday. Took the car out for a quick little drive. Because I was messing around with the headlights, so I was worried maybe I drained the battery a little bit, so I just wanted to take it out, get the alternator, recharge the battery, and all of a sudden, as I was letting it idle in my drive, it sounded louder, and then it was pretty evident I had an exhaust leak. So I thought I was going to be driving to Will's today with an obnoxiously sounding car, but what I ended up finding when I backed it out today was, if you remember, my Project White Pipe was a former EFI H-pipe, and so there were O2 sensor bungs, and I bought plugs for those. One of the plugs had backed itself out, so easy fix. Happy I've already been able to resolve that 24 hours later, but yeah, it's just, this time is exciting for me because I'm going to start a new segment that I call Fairmont Files. It's where I take this car, drive it around the metro, meet up with other people, and just take it places. So really excited to be able to share that with you guys. So consider this episode 1 of the Fairmont Files. Hey, I gotta pay the guy something. All right, I'm leaving the liquor store now. Hey, like I said, gotta pay the guy something, right? Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna learn today. I really don't. I'll just kind of let the master do his thing, show me. I'm gonna learn something. So pretty excited. So go check his channel out. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to go check out Will's Wheels. Really cool stuff.
Proper washing techniques and see what you do.
So here's what we're doing. I'm gonna turn it over to Will, let him use his expertise and tell us kind of where he'd start and how we can shine this pig up.
I highly recommend getting one of these for washing your car. You can pick them up at Walmart. They will help reduce your water spots on your car a lot. They work really well. There's only one thing I recommend you do though. When these things are new and you first turn them on, black charcoal will come out. So we want to make sure that we flush that out before we ever get started. And I did this a while ago. Yeah, it's a little black right there. It gets clear. I use a 1 bucket method. I know people are going to hate me for this, but I believe in working clean. There's no sense in 2 buckets, 3 buckets, 4 buckets. You know there are actually people out there now who put 7 microfiber towels in their bucket, 1 to do each panel, and then they throw the microfiber towel in the laundry. I just don't get it. There's no sense in that. Just work clean. Rinse your stuff off, wring it out before you put it back in the bucket. You'll be fine. When it comes to choosing a soap for your car, it all depends really upon what you want to do with your car and what type of coating you want to put it on. But I just recommend you choose a good soap that has a good amount of lubrication, so when you're washing your vehicle, it just slides over the product. And today's we're going to be using Atlas Megafoam. First going to go around and we're going to wash the tires, the front bumper, scrub some bugs off of it, and then we'll get to the foam cannon.
So Will, how big of an area do you prefer to, you see you just kind of wet it down and then now we're scrubbing. What's your...
Yeah, my idea is I always want to go in and get the bugs off the front of the car and off the windshield, because bugs are very acidic, and the longer you leave them on your paint, they'll just eat through the clear coat or your single stage stuff. So I like to get those off first, and then I stay low. I stay the grill, the window, the windshield, then I will work with the tires. I'll get the very dirtiest parts of the vehicle here.
My rockers.
Yeah. And then we'll change everything out, rinse everything out, and then we'll switch and go to a different place.
Awesome.
I like to start with a wheel well brush and then scrub. This isn't going to get everything, but it's going to get a lot of it. And you don't put it back in the bucket. It's the part I'm talking about, working clean. Rinse your brush, shake it off, then put it back in. Don't want no hate. Take some super clean, spray the surface of the tire rubber, hard bristle brush. See how this is brown? You want to scrub this and do it as many times as it needs to until it's actually white. Because the way he does his edits, the cuts, the beats, the music, all that kind of stuff, it's very, very...
He does a good job with his stuff for sure.
So we have a Tri-Double foam cannon with our Megafoam Atom soap. It takes 4 ounces of the soap. I've already pre-marked my container there. And then we'll just top the rest off with distilled water. I prefer to use distilled water. You don't have to, you can use tap water, but I found distilled water helps it foam a little better. Now I'm not looking for a shaving cream type foam. I'm looking for more of a runny foam, so that the foam does its job and attaches itself to whatever dirt particles left off the car and drags them along with it, encapsulates them and drags them down. Bristle brush on top of the vinyl cover, see if we can get that clean.
Is this clay?
It's clay.
I remember you did a video on like the different types. What will they call this type?
This is just your traditional clay bar, soft clay. It's almost like silly putty. What I want to know is if I rub this paint, even with a clay bar, if it's going to turn it shiny. And if you go over rust, you're going to need to throw your clay bar away.
What's that spray?
It's just a detail spray. It's used as a lubricant so that the clay bar will glide across the paint instead of grab. I don't know if there's enough paint
to polish.
And I do not have a paint depth gauge, but I can just tell. I know this is chipped, and running my hand over it, I can barely feel a difference in the chip and the paint itself.
Alright, so I didn't exactly beat the rain back home from Will's house, but so far nothing but sprinkles, and that's alright. The car is in a much better spot than it was before. Never seen my wheels and tires look that good looking before, so thank you, Will, for your help showing me some things, kind of how to approach it, and I appreciate the advice too that we got off the polishing wheel. The paint on this car is so thin that we were probably going to do more harm than good. I think we made the right call there. But again, learned a ton. Guys, make sure you go check out Will's channel here on YouTube. Go give him some watch time at the very least. You don't have to subscribe if you don't like his stuff. Go give a video or two a watch. Maybe see if it's something you dig, and if it is, hit the old subscribe button. Otherwise, hey, I'm going to leave some videos over here for you guys to go check out regarding Project Low Fairmont. But hey, you know what? To all my 6 fans out there, thanks for watching.